Hello everyone. I'm not sure if I am actually live or not. I don't know. Seems like we are. Good evening everyone. Sorry for the late join here. But I was at the F1 movie and now I'm here and I am ready to commentate over this beautiful race. We are here for Tier 3. Ignore the title of the stream. It says Tier 2. You just have to trust me when I say we're in Tier 3 here. But this is round 1 of the newest tier added to IRL. Let me fix my mic. My name is Andrew, and I will be the commentator for this league, or for this championship. And yeah, let's get everything set up. I'm a little bit rushed here, but we will get everything ready to go. So, also another thing, it says F1 24. We're on 25 now. I don't know how quiet I am. I'm going to turn my gain up on the stream. Just make sure that everyone can hear me. Fine. But yeah. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. See Mark here. Oh, and Mark hitting the braking boards, which I don't think is allowed. I remember seeing MJB post something about that, so that might be have to be looked at. But hopping on board with Toasty and Golden Sniper here, the two Alpine drivers are heading out for their final lap of the session. Of course, I'm only joining at the end of qualifying. We have MJW, of course, in the Scarlet Ferrari. We can introduce our drivers here. We have Young, setting a 1:23.1, an amazing time by him. Louis in P2 with a 1:23.2. We have Mark in P3 with a 1:23.4. Alex with a 1:23.5. We have Toasty with a 1:23.6. Golden with a 1:24.1. MGW with a 1:24.3. We have El Queso, who's actually not on a lap. He's going to back off his lap and stay behind the McLaren of Alex. And we also have Freeney, who sets a lap, and he's about to start his last flyer of the session now. We'll ride on board with him. He makes his way through the first sector down into the hairpin. I do not know the corner names. I greatly apologize, but he's going to set a lightning fast sector 1. He gets in the power and he starts making his way down to the back straight and making his way down towards into the chicane. 17 drivers here today. Feed Me Scotch going to get disqualified from the session, actually. Unfortunate for him. And Freeney now breaking into the chicane, heading onto the second straight now. Of course, double DRS zone here in Abu Dhabi. The corner has been changed in 2020. I think the corner was changed, or I'm not really sure when, but we now see as he heads into the long left-hander, getting on the power, holding on the outside, making his way down to the final sector. Here he goes. I'm not sure if I'm quiet. I apologize if I am. Someone should yell at me if I am. And now to the final few corners, past where the location of where Latifi had crashed, and he's going to come through. And through the final corner, he's definitely improving. Definitely has found something. Compressed time does not improve. Just barely does not improve by 0.06. We have Louis now making his way through and up to the second straight. Now Young getting a 5-second penalty for colliding with Golden Sniper, as Golden Sniper is actually going to, what it looks like is DNF from the session. I'm not sure what happened there, but maybe a collision had occurred between Golden and Young, who Young was well out of the way, I thought, but Louis now in the final sector, making his way through the final two corners now into the heavy braking zone of the last corner. He's going to make a run up to the line. Will he be able to beat his teammate? Yes, he can. 0.3 of a second. And that is going to be it for qualifying, except for Young getting into the pits. I need to ask what happened there. That was yeah, so that's going to end the qualifying session. Young with a 5-place grid penalty. That'll actually bump Golden up into P5. And yeah. Let's see what happens here. We're here in Abu Dhabi. Of course, first race of the season. First race in IRL for Tier 3. So, oh, I'm on the grid. Well, I'm on the grid. I will be sure not to someone rated up insanely early there. I'm not sure who. I'm on the grid. I'm gonna do a lap on keyboard here. Oh, there's a formation lap. Of course there's a formation lap. I don't know what my clutch button is, or my downshift buttons are. Well, oopsies. I messed up there. Please don't fire me. I didn't want to be in the race to begin with. I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be driving. I just accidentally hit someone on the formation lap. I greatly apologize. My apologies, everyone. I greatly apologize for that. That's really embarrassing. At least Mercury says okay. I'm driving on keyboard. Okay, I have to do a lap like this somehow. I don't know how. But we will try to do this. Yeah, let's just hope that I can actually, oh gosh, yeah, I will not be, I'm just not gonna start. I'm gonna drive at least, like, let everyone get like a 10-second gap before I start. But yeah, this is just horrible. I greatly apologize to anyone who is here. And yeah, so I will be driving at like 2 kilometers an hour. I don't know my downshift button is the issue. I don't know what my downshift button is. You guys have a nice little view at the back of the pack here. Oh, so it is shift is my downshift. Okay. This is horrendous. Okay, I'm actually gonna try and pick up the pace here. Let's see if I can catch the guys in front of me here. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, someone's missing a front wing there, it seems.
That's a decent start.
All right.
Good job.
Decent start, good job. No, it's not. I'm at the back of the pack. Hello, 1 second. 1 sec, sorry. Okay, now after that very eventful formation lap and everything, I'm here now. Hello everyone. And we are going to pull everything up and get everything ready for L commentary. So on the start here, we see Young making up 4 positions on the start, Toasty losing 1, El Queso making up 3, Golden losing 1. Seems like Alex has lost 12 positions on the start there. I do not know what happened to him, but he is certainly hurting after that race start. Dr. B stopped once for what I'm assuming was probably his front wing that I had seen. Louis setting the fastest lap. Young actually setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. No penalties dished out as it seems. But yeah, here we go now. So Louis leads Mark, leads Young, leads Toasty, who's a second off the back of the top 3 here, but in a position to do something. Okay, so 2 seconds off the back of Toasty. So Toasty actually in this front pack might be able to stick with the guys up ahead of him, and Golden as well, seemingly getting it a bit crossed up there with El Queso, who tumbles down the order. Not sure what happened to him there, but Frenny gonna get an amazing run here. Not sure if what really happened there, but now Golden breaking into the chicane. Oh my goodness, Hiex almost taking him out as he's gonna cut the corner. And actually Golden is going to go off the side as well. Not really sure what happened to Golden there. But seemingly making contact with Freeney or Pitter Patter in that Haas and Williams respectively. So Golden now making his way into the 3rd sector. We're going to hop back up. It says there's a yellow flag. I'm not really sure why. Toasty still sticking with Mark and those top 3 very closely. Very, very close. Piece of front wing on the track. Someone has lost their front wing, but who is it? Who has lost their front wing at the front here? It seems that it's Young. Young has lost his front wing here, and I think so has Mark possibly lost his front wing here. Not really sure, but contact between the sister team Red Bull and VCarb. That's not what you want happening here in this race, but Young now having wing damage. He's not going to like that. It seems that Scotch has spun around the last corner. He stopped on the main straight. This has to be a safety car here. He stopped in the middle of the circuit. He's trying to turn the car around. He's hitting the wall again, and he's finally getting the car turned around. Dr. B is going to pass him on that straight. Surprised that there was no safety car because of that. But moving now back up to the front of the pack. Toasty has passed Louis, actually. Toasty now into that podium position, P3. Louis missing an end plate, it seems, but Louis is going to have the run now on Toasty as they make their way down into the third sector. Toasty down the inside. Louis coming on the outside. And Louis is going to snap into the wall. Goes Louis into the wall. Losing his front wing. Rejoining the track pretty unsafely there. Of course, ghosting is enabled in Tier 3, but unbelievable. Louis just losing the car on the exit of that corner. Toasty now comfortably in that P3 position as he's going to follow Young and Mark probably on to the podium as Freeney 5 seconds back from Toasty, Pitter-Patter, and Golden in P6. Great result from the Alpine team here, and it seems like the Red Bulls are falling apart out there today. It's, there's now a massive gap has opened up between Toasty and Frenny as Mark now leads the way. Young, of course, with that end plate damage. I'm not sure if Toasty has any damage. No, Toasty has no damage. It's only Young running in this pack that has a slight end plate missing, which shouldn't affect his race too much, but and will give him a little bit of extra straight line speed, which may hinder Toasty the slightest little bit. But now Freeney has 3 cars behind him. The Haas of Pitter-Patter, Golden, Sniper, and Heix are all in that backpack. Heix without the DRS, though, he can't do much. Now Golden lining up a move here, possibly on the back of Pitter-Patter. No, gonna brake late into the chicane. Phoebe Scott's gonna get a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's going to be unfortunate for him. Now Golden very close to the back of Pitter-Patter here as they make their way onto the back straight. An amazing race from Golden Sniper here. Probably having the drive of his life. Gonna mess up the corner entry a little bit into the third sector, but gonna get the better exit possibly on the 2 in front of him. He is gaining a lot on Pitter-Patter, but will he be able to make a move through this third sector? This is not where you see many overtakes happen through these final few corners, but maybe he can make something work here as the dirty air is gonna ruin him. Projected strategy for this race should be a 2-stop race. It should be a medium to hard, unless there is a safety car, which will of course change everything a little bit. As we now going to come back up to the front as Young getting ever closer to the back of Mark now as they run their way through Sector 1. Finish Sector 1 now into beginning Sector 2 as they make their way down into the hairpin. There is going to be some lap traffic that is seems to be Flyer, DJ, and Scotch, who may come under fire soon from the race leaders here. It's Toasty also on the back of these two guys. Mark still ahead. Young gaining ever closer onto the chicane. Will he make a move? No. A little bit too late to make a move, but Mark still leading this Grand Prix. It's Toasty also still following behind, sticking with this pack, just staying within DRS and staying safe and being able to solidify his position in that top 3 as he pulls ever further away from Freeney, who's now 7 seconds back. Toasty now still on the back as the 2 ahead go side by side into the third sector. They make their way now. Still, Young gets past Mark now into the third sector. This could be Toasty's chance to capitalize as these 2 fight ahead. Young, of course, still with that right or left end plate damage. Not really sure how much that's affecting him. I need to make sure I'm actually loud enough. Yeah. All right. And so. Yeah, let's see what else is going on. Any other fights? We have Golden, Pitter-Patter, and Freeney still very close together here. This train now. Also, Heix has seemed to have joined this train as well. And now that makes it a 4-way fight here for P4. 4-4-4. As they make their way out of the first sector. And Golden still holding on to this P6 position. Freeney getting ever defensive on Pitter-Patter. Pitter-Patter going to try and line up the move here. 2 tenths back, now 4 tenths. Freeney gets the better exit out of the corner. Pitter-Patter having a little snap, but he is going to have the DRS here. Does he have the ERS to push on and possibly overtake? Freeney now going to be burning everything he has. Is he going to try and make the late move? No, he's not. He's going to actually try and stick it on the outside at the last minute. He's not going to be able to get the move done. Golden still very close behind. Actually going to get the move done. Golden, Sniper around the outside of Pitter-Patter. But Pitter-Patter now going to be burning up into the next straight as Pitter-Patter defends the position, gets the move done. Golden, who is always, as always, on negative ERS. He does not know how to recharge his battery. It's just, okay, it's fine. And Pitter-Patter holding on to his position, but Heix now actually getting ever closer because of that. And actually Freeney able to pull away a little bit. Actually, no, not really, but able to slightly get away from the cars behind as Golden still very close, going to help out. Toasty now heads into the pit lane to slap on a fresh set of tires. He should come out just in that little pack of MJW, Serenity, and Queso, as Queso actually heads into the pits. And MJW, so Toasty should come out around MJW here. Maybe not around, not really sure, but it seems like MJW lost a little bit of pace. He might have made a little mistake there because he was running very close. But Toasty now going to rejoin very, very close to MJW is on those fresh, hard tires. MJW is still very, very close to Toasty. I think MJW trying to learn this game with no line. But this is going to cause Mark and Young are going to have to react here as they actually make their way onto the back straight. And, of course, Freeney is still 10 seconds behind the pair up front. So it looks like probably about 20 seconds lost in the pit stop. It's a yellow flag, as it seems. Feed Me Scotch has lost the car again at the end of the track, as he's going to rejoin the track in an unsafe manner as well, even though, of course, ghosting is on, so it does not matter as much. But still, the dirty air will still affect those cars. And I'm sure having a car on your sights will also affect you, as Mark gonna really mess it up on the pit lane. That's a really bad entrance into the pit lane for Mark. As a Young now, with that broken front wing, is gonna stay out on these old medium tires. But what will he be able to do when the pit stops roll around? As Freeney also enters the pits, and so does Golden Sniper, who also enters the pits. Very, very slowly he does enter the pits. And Toasty now making his way past the pair. Now looking towards the back. Dr. B, El Queso, the two Astons running in 12th and 13th respectively. Hasn't been a good race. I think Dr. B was disqualified in qualifying, and El Queso had a spin in the opening laps of the race, which is unfortunate for him. I believe this is actually his first drive. Yellow flag in Sector 3 as Flyer DJ makes a small mistake but recovers the car well and continues on in this race. MJW coming out of the pits as Toasty now is gaining, and Mark actually losing almost 2 seconds to Toasty in the pit stops. Toasty, of course, with a 3-second time penalty. I think that is just from track limits. I don't think that is from the pit lane, so he will not be able to get that penalty removed unless it is from something extraneous. As Mark now getting very close to Toasty, as he did well to make up some time. Toasty maybe making a mistake. As Mark really, really, really gaining on Toasty here. Very, very fast from Mark. Let's see if we can visibly see this gap closing. Mark showing his true pace here in this Grand Prix, showing that he wants to win this race as he gets ever closer to Toasty. They can't fight though, as that will give Young the advantage in the pit stop. Young actually in the pits now. Where will he rejoin? Will he be able to come out near the two race leaders? Pitter Patter now in the lead of this race. He's going to fall pretty far behind Toasty and Mark here, it seems, as the undercut seems to have really worked for the pair of Toasty and Mark. Young going to come out 3.5 seconds behind the Alpine. So Toasty actually in the net lead of this race, pitting first. Mark in a net P2. And Mark actually sitting at purple sector 1, as it seems like DJ has spun it again in sector 3. This is the second time he's done that. He gets it back on track, so as to not cause a safety car. Scotch now back in the pits again. It's Pitter Patter still leading this race, but that gap ever closing as Mark actually, I missed that, retakes the lead of this Grand Prix, but Toasty still very close behind, and Mark actually recharging. Gonna go defensive here, but Toasty trying to stick a nose down the inside. Mark gonna go defensive, but Mark able to outbrake Toasty there. Gonna run a little wide, but Toasty stuck in that P2 position as Young now. Still, again, closing the gap. He might have gotten, he did not fix his front wing. So he still has that front wing damage that will not be helping him. Of course, another yellow flag, as it seems Flyer has spun again. Very, very unfortunate race for Flyer here. He's just having a rough go at the back of the pack there. But what else is going on here? Let's see. We join back with Hiex. Louis getting a 3-second time penalty. We join back with Hiex, El Queso, and Freeney As Golden actually gets the jump on the 3 of them after the pit stop. So great job from Golden to get past those guys. And actually Golden closing up on Louis, and Louis getting a 3-second time penalty. So Golden could be in a position to get past the Red Bull here, possibly, as Louis still struggling on, I believe, our fresh hards. But I'm not sure. Let's have a look. So yeah, Louis actually on the undercut strategy. So he's on 6-lap old hard tires. Pitter Patter actually, and Mark getting past Pitter Patter. Sorry, I'm all over the place here today, guys. But this pack in the back here now, really closing up as Dr. B has 4 cars surrounding him. Dr. B on those old hard tires. Of course, he pit on lap 1. Scotch now on the soft tire. So now we're going to see Dr. B just get swarmed by everyone. Of course, Dr. B has the DRS, and El Queso going to get past him, but will Hex be able to get past? It seems like he will. They're going to get very close as Hex makes his way around the outside. Young getting a 3-second time penalty in the V-carb. He must be over pushing the car a little bit. He seemed to have closed 4/10 in one corner to Toasty. They're still side by side. They make a little bit of contact now heading into the corner. I'm not sure if that's an illegal overtake for Dr. B, but a very aggressive move from him, trying to just stay in the fight here a little bit. So now Pitter Patter decides, I need the new tires. He needs to pit. As Toasty now actually losing a lot of time to Mark. I kind of stopped watching the front, and Toasty now 3 seconds off the back of Mark. So Mark may just be running away with this. Young now closing the gap, but Alex is also there, but within 10 seconds. It's a little bit far. It's a little bit of a stretch. I'm not sure how they will be able to catch, but now Louis actually losing a lot of time to Alex as well. Of course, on that older hard tire after spinning it in the third sector. But Golden now actually in the back as Dr. B is going to retire from the race, and there's going to be a safety car here. Give me a second, guys. I need to do something. Sorry, guys. There's a safety car. Alright, Louis getting a penalty for speeding under the safety car, it seems. Let's check that out. Yeah, Louis having a drive-through penalty now for actually speeding under the safety car. So now everyone's going to close up here a little bit. So Young heading into the pits, Mark and Toasty staying out. Of course, Young probably going to try and get his wing change now, as he'll be able to get a free pit stop. Yep, he's going to get a wing change and a tire change. How many positions is he going to lose here? Going onto the hard tire. Alright, so Young now coming out in P10 with a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help him at all. But Toasty and Mark are the only ones who do not pit here in this race. Are the only ones who... Not the only ones. A lot of people didn't pit. I am a liar. But let's have a look and see who decided to pit under this safety car. Young pits off of the fresh, or onto a fresh set of hards and a fresh wing. Flyer DJ pits for a fresh set of mediums. Serenity pits for a fresh set of hards. They will be going to the end of the race. It is everyone else who stays out. So this is going to be a very interesting race now. This just opened everything up, and it's going to change a lot. Let's check out the Twitch chat. And hello Twitch chat, how are we doing, guys? There's a safety car right now. So now we just get to hang out for a little bit. And look at these penalties. Toasty with a 3-second. Louis with a drive-through penalty. He cannot serve that under the safety car. I don't think he can serve that under the safety car. So he is in for a rough time. He's been having a rough race after that spin in the early laps. As Everyone is now going to have to catch up to the pack, and before we can get this race going, or I think 5 laps can pass maximum. I'm not 100% sure. Let me drink some water. As we, yeah. I'm just gonna kind of stop talking for a little bit here. There's no one in the chat. No one's talking to me in the Twitch chat, so I don't have much to say. I need some entertainment, guys. No one's speaking to me here. So this race still gets underway. I'm very lonely here in the chat. Well, let me, oh, Golden's here, and Dan's also here. Hello, Dan. Hello, Golden. Golden, you're supposed to be driving your car, buddy. You got bigger things to worry about right now, mate. Safety car will not be in this lap yet. I don't think. I didn't see the message pop up unless it is. Get a few bosh in the chat. So yeah. This race is the safety car will be in this lap actually. So everyone's gonna have to slow up very late here as the field is gonna really bunch up. We're gonna go up to Mark here as he slows everyone up and waiting for the safety car to get back into the pits. And we are going to be slowing up a lot here as Mark is about to get underway, and we return to racing here in Abu Dhabi. A great launch off the restart for Toasty and Mark as Alex is going to come through here. Alex, probably the biggest gainer from this. He fell in a lot at the beginning but recovered well up into P3. Not sure how Young is doing here in the back. Of course, was in P3. He's the only one of those leaders in the pit. There's a yellow flag behind us. It seems like Feed Me Scotch has spun. As now we see Louis fighting very closely with Golden here. As Golden now on the back of Louis, but Louis has that drive-through penalty, of course, so Golden won't have to worry about him much after he has to go through the pits to serve that. The pit lane isn't very long here, so Louis might not have much to worry about. Probably about 18 seconds in total. As a Golden now going to go down the outside of Louis and actually be unable to get that move done as Freeney still very close behind. Going to cut up the front as Toasty and Mark. Mark just running away from Toasty here. Toasty, of course, with that 3-second time penalty, and Alex is Beast without one. Yellow flag behind as Feed Me Scotch has spun yet again into the wall. He's going to lose, I believe, another front wing on that car. But we have so running very well as the V-Carbs are going to go side by side as Young getting 2 positions in one corner, it seems, as he passes Heix and Pitter Patter. Young on a charge now with that fresh wing, fresh hard tires. He's going to be blitzing past everyone here. DRS now enabled. As, we're going to watch Young here for a lap and just see him cut through this field. Blue flags ahead. Not really sure what that is caused by, but let's watch Young here. It's, if he can get past so now, and let's see who we can get through all this. But Louis losing a lot of pace now, as it seems he may be slowing up the field for Mark ahead, unless it's just the old tires getting to him. It's Golden still very close. Phoebe Scotch getting a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Is I think that was from the pit lane. As now Golden gonna get a run around the outside. Late braking from Golden. Louis gonna stick a nose there, really just defending all these positions insanely hard as Louis goes around the outside. Golden now gonna get the DRS again though. So they make their way onto the second DRS straight now. As Golden, this should be a slam dunk move from him. They're gonna go wheel to wheel. Very, very close racing from the two of them. Freeney around the outside of both of them. There's a little bit of contact made, but Golden down the inside now. A nose ahead into the next sector, but Golden, can he hold on to this position? Still side by side. Freeney without a front a left end plate, still side by side through this final sector as Golden gonna forcefully make his way through and get the move done. Amazing move from him. Oh my gosh, what a move from Golden and the last sector. Now Freeney with their end plates going to be slowing everyone down, including Young behind. Louis now going to serve his drive-through penalty as Young also very close behind. Now I wonder if that was tactical from Mark to try and slow everyone up, but now Young going to try and have to make a move here to get past both Freeney and Golden if he wants to return to his position on the podium. But now he's going to have a monster feat as there's now 4 seconds to close in the late stage of this race. I need to do something. No, I don't. As Young still, I need to close this thing. Sorry, guys. Young now on the back of Freeney with the DRS. Freeney now going to try and make a move on the outside of Golden. Golden going to defend that position as hard as he can, as he doesn't want to lose that. Young still with the 3-second time penalty, but Golden still there now with the DRS, but Young is also there now, hot on the tails of Golden Sniper, making the way into the third sector. Young going to go around the outside of Golden. Golden still with -3 ERS, like always. He needs to recharge that. But Young going to hang it around the outside. Just when you look at the traction, going to kind of cut across Golden there. But clean move, never to say the less. Green flags behind as Louis comes back into this Grand Prix. As Golden sticking very closely to the back, but these tires are shot for Golden. I wonder, will he be pitting anytime soon? I doubt he will, as there's a yellow flag behind it. It seems that someone is driving slowly. I don't know who exactly. El Queso's going to get a 3-second time penalty, but I believe that's from the pit lane. So that should be removed after the race. But Toasty losing a lot of time with Alex now very close behind. Young gonna have to close up this gap now. What will Young be able to do to close this gap to the to Toasty and Alex ahead? Of course, Toasty and Alex and Mark actually as well will have to pit before the end of this race. Yellow flag behind as Feed Me Scotch seems to have spun the car again. So these three at the front are, Toasty a little bit far off Mark, but Alex still very close behind and sticking close to Toasty. He's going to have a great opportunity for a move here now into the third sector, but Toasty, will he try and go defensive? No. Just going to let Alex swing around the outside. Toasty knows that he has a 3-second time penalty. No point fighting this position. Alex actually, now they're on equal playing ground. 3-second time penalties apiece, as they're going to come up onto the back of a lapped Louis, who is now sadly in 12th position, which is unfortunate for him. So, of course, having a drive-through penalty means he can't actually box, but Toasty now going to dive into the pits, probably for a fresh set of tires here, trying to avoid a time penalty, as now Young promoted into the P3 position. Yellow flag again as Feed Me Scotch, I believe, is also again spun on the track. This is unreal, but Blue Mercury picking up a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. But now Toasty gonna be at the mercy of some fresh, hard tires here for the next 10 laps of this race. Gonna get the undercut on everyone ahead of him. Of course, Young unable to pit again. He does not have an extra set of tires. Golden now actually on the back of Freeney still. Going to be looking for a move here. Of course, no battery, so can't do anything. Pitter Patter also there, though, and Pitter Patter has battery, so he might be able to actually do something here on the back of Golden. But these guys are all going to have to pit soon, as if we look at the tires, yeah, they're going to have to pit soon. Toasty now on the freshest tire. He's going to have to hope he can gain as much as he can on Mark. Mark probably going to head into the pits this lap, as Alex may as well. Of course, these the net top or net 2, 3, and 4 all have 3-second time penalties. So let's see, what will Mark do? Will Mark pit? No, Mark actually going to opt not to pit, stay out on the tire, possibly going for the one stop. Maybe not going to stop until the end of this race, but everyone else ahead is probably going to have to stop at some point. Alex going to head into the pits, as it seems that someone is slow, as I think it's Feed Me Scotch, still trundling at the back of the field, been lapped multiple times here in this race. Sorry if you're watching, it's all good. But Mark and Young now have a 6-second gap to close to Marcus Golden now, elevated into a net podium position as there's a yellow flag as Feed Me Scotch retires and there's a safety car. Which means Golden is sitting in a net P3. Which is amazing for him, as I don't think he's ever gotten a podium in IRL. He's gotten podiums before, but not in IRL. So Golden now could be on for a P2 if he can hang on to the back of Young. Toasty losing out a lot because of that. He's now fallen to P7. He's going to be furious. He's not going to be happy. He has no extra set of tires, but he's going to be trying to fly up to the back of the cars ahead of him to jump them in the pits. But he is going to be furious. I do not know how Feed Me Scotch died. I think it was in Sector 1. Probably just lack of tire grip. But Toasty's going to be furious now as he's going to have to try and catch the field to make sure. But Mark now, I'm assuming, is heading into the pits. Yep, Mark going to head into the pits. Young probably also going to head into the pit lane. No. Mark opting actually to stay out. Or Young actually opting to stay out on a very, very used set of hard tires. As he's slowing down a lot as to not speed under safety car. Not really sure why Young isn't pitting here. Don't know if maybe he doesn't have... Oh, he doesn't have extra tires. Forgot about that. So, Mark, the big gainer here. Golden, also the massive gainer here, as Alex actually is going to stay out. But I wonder, will Golden actually be able to hold on to his position here of P3? I don't think he will. He's going to have to be very, very careful at the end of the pit lane. Make sure as to not hit the wall. It's very, very dangerous here in Abu Dhabi. But Toasty actually not doing horribly. He's going to move up to P4. So not as bad as he would have thought. Of course, we'll have the tire disadvantage on Mark. But out of all of that, Young is going to have the biggest disadvantage here with 8 lap old hard tires, and Mark on brand new fresh medium rubber here around the circuit of Abu Dhabi. It's been a very unfortunate race for the Red Bulls here, as Louis running in P14 where his teammate runs up into P2. It was unfortunate for Louis, but made a few mistakes and got caught out by the safety car. So hopefully he can do something here. Queso now running in P9. Pitter Patter in P7. Serenity actually on fresh soft tires. They're going to die before the end of the race. So, and also Slayus on the soft tire as well. 8 laps to go here in Abu Dhabi. Or it will be probably 7 before the safety car ends. Or probably 7 or 6 before the safety car ends. Which will probably be next lap before everyone forms up to the end. But great job from Alpine recovering in this race. P4 and P5 for the both of them. As who else has been doing well this race? Seems Serenity, of course, up into P6. I'm not really sure where he started, but let's actually check that. If I can press the right button. Let's look at position changes. So Serenity, yeah, up 8 positions. Young up 6 positions, of course. Started in P2, but had that 5-place grid penalty. Who else is a big gainer in this race? Louis is the big loser. No offense, Louis. I love you, buddy. You're my Canadian brother. But down in P14, very unfortunate for him. Just getting caught out by a few things. But Serenity going to have the tire advantage on Golden. Of course, Golden on fresh hard tires. But over time, that advantage is going to fall away. Same thing for Mark on the fresh mediums, who is probably going to lose a little bit of time near the end of this race just due to tire wear alone. Golden actually, did not realize, is on mediums, not hards. I did not see that. Toasty on hards, so he's going to be doing his best to survive near the end of this race. Getting very close to the back of Alex is same thing with Golden, who's actually caught behind a lapped Flyer, I believe. That is Flyer ahead of him. Let me double check. That is indeed Flyer ahead of Golden. Unfortunate for him, but luckily enough, DJ will ghost as soon as the safety car comes in. but everyone's slowing up like crazy ahead. Safety car will be in this lap, as Golden's actually going to try and get past DJ. It's not going to work. DJ lapped car. But driving a very slow here is Young. Probably slower than we're allowed to under safety car. I don't think we're allowed to go this slow, as it's a danger to the people behind. But everyone trying to get some heat into those tires is Young at the massive tire disadvantage here with a 3-second time penalty. Young gonna get on the go now. He's leaving really early, as he's gonna catch a lot of people out. Actually catching Alex, really catching Alex out here, as by over a second actually. As it seems like it might be a Mark versus Young show till the end of this race. Golden also getting caught out under that safety car restart. I'm assuming probably because of Flyer DJ not reacting to the cars ahead. But Golden now gonna try and make gains up to his teammate Toasty, who is ahead of him. But Toasty actually making a lot of gains here, as actually Mark is going to make his way now past Young into the second sector now onto the back straight. Young can't do anything. He's a sitting duck on those old hard tires. As actually everyone's going to gain a lot of time on Young. 10 laps on those hards now. They're going to be worn. They're going to be hurting, as it seems like someone's picked up another penalty. Let's look at the penalties. Already with 6 seconds of penalties. I don't know what happened there. We have the safety car screen glitch, so there's going to be safety car on top of the screen for the rest of the race. Mark leads this race by 8/10 now. Young really struggling on those hard tires, as Alex now is closing the gap as well. Toasty as well. Toasty could be on for a solid P3 finish here if he can get past Young and Alex. Golden at the moment looking to be promoted up into P2. Golden, if he stays where he is at, which he probably will on those fresh medium tires, looking at a P2 and his first IRL podium, which would be amazing for him. I don't want to curse him, so I'm going to get off him now. As Young leads this little trade, I'm assuming Mark is just going to run away with this, of course, on the fresh mediums, on the fresh rubber. He's just going to get away with it. He's going to be able to run away from Young here. So we'll turn our attention to the battle between Young, Alex, Toasty, Golden, who are all in this little pack together here. Young leading Alex. Alex now looking for a move on the back of Young. Toasty very close behind the pair. So is Golden, of course, on the fresh rubber, but Golden losing a little bit of time in the traction zone there, as Young now getting passed by Alex, and maybe Toasty looking for a move here as well, as gonna get chopped off into the braking zone. Golden still very close behind, as Alex now inherits P2 in this race, but Toasty now very close to the back of Young, gonna have a massive tire advantage here, as he's gonna try and look for a move on the back of Young. He's not gonna be able to get it though. Not gonna try and send anything down the inside, anything too bad. Gonna go over track limits there. I'm not really sure if that actually counts. The curbs are very forgiving here in Abu Dhabi, as Alex seemingly is just gonna run away now from Toasty and Young. Toasty looking for a move. Young just slowing Toasty up to the third sector because of the tire disadvantage. But Toasty seems to be struggling here in the dirty air, as Golden now is very, very close to the back of Toasty. Let's hope they do not race each other, as Toasty now still within DRS on Young. So Golden still in a position here, I think, to be in P3. Hopefully Golden now actually going to be let past. They're going to race. Toasty and Golden racing now, but Golden getting the clean move pass. I'm not really sure why they did that, why they're swapping positions here. Of course, I know Golden is on the fresher tire. Maybe he'll be able to hunt down Young and get into this P2 position. Golden now still within DRS on Young. Will he be able to make the move here? Young outside of DRS. What will he do on this back straight? Actually doesn't have the DRS, I don't think. Does he have the flap open? No, he doesn't, but Toasty will have the DRS. As into the braking zone, Golden getting ever closer. Young having a little lock up there into the corner, as Golden's going to have the traction out of this corner. Toasty still very close behind him, as Golden might be able to get the move done here. DRS open, heading their way down into the third sector. Golden going to look for a move here, trying to make a move down the inside. They're going to make a little bit of contact, as Golden is going to make his way through. Young kind of turning in there a little bit, as really trying to defend this position. Just doesn't want Golden to have it. Toasty's still there as well. of course, with that 3-second time penalty looming over his head, is going to be very unfortunate for him. Hicks picking up a 3-second time penalty, as now Golden still very close to the back of Young here. Will he be able to do anything, or is Young going to keep defending this? Of course, either way, Golden just has to stick with Young, and because Young with that 3-second time penalty. But what can Golden do here now? On to the 26th lap of this 29-lap race. Golden doing an amazing job here. Green flags behind, as there was a yellow flag again because of Flyer, it seems. But Golden, now this is the best chance he's going to get. He's closer than he's ever been, but his teammate is also very close. Let's not have anything egregious here. Is Toasty going to break super duper deep into the hairpin? He needs to clear 3 seconds to pitter-patter behind. Of course, the DRS will help him, but if he does not clear those 3 seconds, he's going to lose the position. Golden now, still with negative ERS. He needs to charge. He needs to recharge his battery. Without that, he cannot do anything. He's still very close to the back of Young. Again, without charging, he cannot do anything here. Pitter-patter now. Actually gaining on the pair in front, as Toasty going to try and look for a move here. No, he's not going to get anything done, but Golden really needs to recharge if he wants to do anything here, on track at least, as Young still with that 3-second time penalty, losing massive amounts of time to the car ahead. But cutting back to the front, Alex actually gaining on Mark. Maybe we could see a fight to the end of the race here. Of course, Alex with a 3-second time penalty, but I believe it was from the pits. So maybe the hard tire getting a little bit faster than the medium now. Possibly coming to life, as Alex actually in that DRS range now, as there's 3 laps to go in this race. Alex getting ever closer to the back of Mark. Now within DRS range actually, but Alex very low on ERS. As it seems like Mark is as well actually. Mark maybe over pushing the car a little bit. I'm not sure, will Alex have the DRS here? Let's see if the flap is going to open on the back straight. He will. So Alex actually going to have the DRS here. And going to try and make a move now on Mr. Mark here in P1. And possibly challenge for the lead of this race. I'm not sure how Alex picked up that 3-second time penalty, so it could be removed. Of course, if it was from the pit lane, but I don't think it was, as I remember him getting it near Golden Sniper. But Golden Sniper now still within that time gap to Young. And because of that, seeming like Golden could be on for his first IRL podium here. So he's going to try and make the move around the outside, but cannot find the traction. Toasty still also following very closely, but Freeney now overtaking Pitter-Patter, and now Toasty solidifying himself into that P5 position now, because he has pulled the 3-second gap behind. Golden really gaining on Young ahead. Golden just trying to stay within track limits. It's all he needs to do here. But Alex now taking the lead of the Grand Prix. Mark still very close behind, though, of course. He's not going to want to give up this fight. I believe Alex did get those 3 seconds on track, or from going off track more so. But it seems like maybe the hard tire was the better tire to be on. Not stopping actually helped Alex here, as Young is still struggling to keep him behind. Let's see at the back now, MJW on the back of El Queso. El Queso with 6 seconds of time penalties. One of them was a 3-second from the pit lane. El Queso going wide again, going to have 9 seconds of penalties, but will MJB is a different person, be able to make a move here? There's a pack of a lot of cars here. Freeney pulling, but Pitter-Patter leading this train, and it goes all the way back to Serenity in P12. So P7 to P12. Hicks now making a move around the outside of Pitter-Patter. But Pitter-Patter going to stick a nose there, break super late, going to get a little bit crossed up on exit. Louis recovering well up into P9 now. So he's done amazing on the restart. We kind of forgot about him, but not out of offense, of course. We just kind of forgot where he was on track, and is now, there with the drivers in front. So Louis now going to try and make the move on Pitter-Patter. Of course, Pitter-Patter with the 3-second time penalty, or Louis with the 3-second time penalty, won't be able to keep it. But maybe Louis going to go for a send now. They're going to make contact. Louis going to spin and lose a position to Queso, and also to MJW. So an aggressive move from Louis punishes him again, making him fall down to P11. As Golden, we head on to the final lap of this race. Toasty still in P5, Golden still in P4, and still holding on to that position, still very close to the back of Young here. All he needs to do is stay within 3 seconds, and he gets it Golden still on 0 battery. Also Young as well. Mark now. Gonna have to try something. No DRS from Mark here. As now, they're gonna have to see if Alex can pull 3 seconds to Mark in the dying laps of this race. Mark trying to burn as much as he can with the lower wings. Alex having a little slide through the hairpin, or through the chicane. That's not what Alex wants here, as that's going to give Mark DRS, and now there's no way he's going to be able to break from Mark. But Golden now, cutting back to this fight, we're going to see Golden now, still with the DRS, Toasty with the DRS as well, on the back of Young. Again, just need to hold on until Golden could be on for his first IRL podium. He just needs to stay to his last lap, but no, Toasty's going to make a move here, as they're going to fight onto this last lap. Toasty getting the better exit. Going to try and make a move on Young here. Going to pounce on the last lap. Young going to run really wide. Young picking up another 3-second time penalty. This will promote Toasty onto the podium position. And will actually, will promote Toasty to P4, as they're going to come across the line. Toasty P3, Golden P3, his first ever IRL podium. But through the back here, let's see them all cross the line, see how they all shape up. El Queso going to come home in P9, actually P11 after the fact. And Flyer DJ, sadly, going to have to crawl home for the rest of this race. Blue Mercury going to come across the line in P14, as Slayus is going to take his position after the time penalty. And now DJ trundling home after this race. An amazing race here in IRL Tier 3 Abu Dhabi. First race of the season. You guys may know this league. A lot of these people are, what do you call it? From Winston. So, and a great first race. It was very entertaining. It's 2 safety cars, a lot more carnage than we're used to. And Flyer DJ coming across the line in P14 or P15 to round off the order. An amazing race here in Abu Dhabi, and we're gonna have a look at the podium celebrations here, as I need to close that off, and we're gonna have a look at the podium here now. It's our winner Mark for Red Bull. We have the McLaren driver of Alex in P2, and the surprise of this race is Golden Sniper in P3. And I again, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it is his first podium in IRL. So an amazing race from him, amazing race from everyone, and let's just enjoy these the podium celebrations here. It's been a pleasure. Sorry I joined a little bit late. You guys missed a bit of qualifying, but I'm sure that won't be you guys won't be too sad about missing that. Sometimes it gets kind of boring. But driver of the day, Alex. Most overtakes, Alex. Cleanest driver, Golden. And fastest lap, actually Golden Sniper picking up the fastest lap as well. Congratulations to him. Mark winning the race, and seeing our finishing order here. I'm going to quickly take a quick flick through the race director. Oops. Just so if anyone needs it, you can slow that down and you can check that out. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining me here in the race, and I look forward to next week, where we head to. Where did we head to next week? Let's check before I go. Next week we head to Singapore, or Great Britain. So the British Grand Prix is next week for Silverstone. A lot of drivers' home races here. So yeah. One sec. So that will be the end of the race. So thanks everyone for joining, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you.